Hi, welcome everybody to BuckleBomb Entertainment Presents, a little late night discussion talk. We're going to review Raw from last night, because I fell asleep, sorry about that. And we will do a little Impact talk tonight as well. I'm your host, Sarah, out of Syracuse, New York. And next to me...
Hi everybody, I'm Orlando from Fort Lauderdale.
Daniel McKee coming to you live from Greenwood, Mississippi, currently.
Mississippi.
I know.
Alright, so we'll get started with a little bit of Raw here. We had the opening segment where we had Drew McIntyre come out, talk about COVID a little bit. Then was shortly joined by Goldberg, and then Miz and Morrison.
Yes. Let's just say we're happy that our champ is healthy and he's good and he's cleared, I'm hoping, from the virus.
It's definitely weird to see someone in WWE, finally acknowledging the existence of COVID, not just out with medical issues.
Yeah, they can't really hide that one when they're when their world champion all of a sudden just disappears off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
They can't pull that off. You can
No, they
pull that off
can't.
with a Nick Carter, but not with no,
Yeah,
absolutely
if
not.
it's like the minor talents, yeah, but you know, but it's when it's like your main star for the show, then yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm really frustrated and annoyed with 50% of everyone who's in the segment. I'll let you. I'll let you guess which ones comprise the 50%. Um, I don't. I don't need Goldberg. Sorry, Bill Goldberg, the man. Congratulations to you. Take the paycheck. Take the appearance. Take the money. I have no problem with you. Your character. I don't need you beating my champions. I don't need to see. I don't need you around, man. I don't need you here.
We're starting off all right on fire.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have a lot of negative things to say about the first hour of Raw, and then I will become positive. But this first hour of programming was fucking atrocious. I hate it, and um, I was so mad for about so many things. But I trudged through it, and I got some good wrestling and some good fun eventually. But just
Yeah.
trying to be fair. But this first hour, I was so angered and frustrated.
Hmm.
I think it was
Ugh.
Drew that brought it up. Every time Goldberg comes back, he challenges for a world title and wins. Do we think Drew breaks that streak this coming week? This coming Sunday?
I don't know what they're deciding to do. It's just like uh, I think like Vince just wants to piss off the fans. Like sometimes, I think he enjoys that. He's like, "Oh, you guys don't want it? I'm gonna give it to you anyway." It's just like we don't want Goldberg. Just no.
And either that or he's trolling us. I mean, if it's not Brock, now it's Goldberg. Maybe he would be doing this with Brock
You
right
know.
now if he could, and possibly Brock saying no. I don't know. I see them as like they're not the same person at all because Brock can wrestle and he's great, but he Vince uses them both as the same kind of trolling tactic that he thinks is great heat or just I don't know. It's like he wants to piss off
For
the
sure.
fans.
Well, we accept more Brock because like he's been around a little bit longer than Goldberg. So you know.
Yeah. And then I was sitting there going, oh, well, at least Miz and Morrison didn't open the show. Incorrect. I was. I mean, technically they didn't open the show, but they were in the first segment. I don't know. I fully understand why the Miz is there and his function for WWE, but I'd like to see something else out of him, and I don't want to hear about Money in the Bank. You're gonna have to get rid of it eventually anyway. The pay-per-view's coming up in 4 months, but no, I have more complaining to do. Very excited.
I don't think I just saw Dallas' comment that I put up. How amazing would it be if Paige was a surprise entrant in the Royal Rumble?
I don't know if she's cleared. Well, you know what? I don't know if we're ready for that because, like, she has a little bit of a problem with WWE right now with the
Mm-hmm.
whole with Selena Vega situation, and also like she hasn't been on WWE like since when? Like
She's gonna
probably
be
like
on. She's gonna be on that backstage show
yeah. I don't
Saturday.
count that. I count that more as like a Fox show than a WWE show. So I'm just like to me it's just like um I'm happy that she's back so she can get a paycheck, like at least for the fans to see her like on national television. But like when it comes to like WWE itself, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they cleared some things. I would like for that to happen. You know.
I mean, I'd love to see Paige back. If she ever does step back, I mean, it's probably gonna be a few years. She's got her neck's got to heal a lot.
Yeah, like it probably have to be like when Edge did. Like he waited 9 years and then he did the surgeries that he needed to
Mm-hmm.
do. I don't know if she did all the surgeries that she needed to do for her neck. So
She could get that Ryback treatment. A couple other them have gone down to I think it's Colombia or somewhere in that area, where they got the stem cell treatments, which really helped.
yeah, that could help.
So the next part of Raw for me it was this segment that just wouldn't end. Started out with Shayna Baszler against Charlotte Flair. then turned into a 6-woman tag team match twice. I know that's
I
where I made the comment in our chat. Is just, are they short on wrestlers this week?
no, it's just that here's the problem when it comes to WWE. When it comes to the women's division, when they have their one main star, everybody's a, a co-star, you know? So when the main star is gone, then they don't know what to do with the co-stars. They don't know which ones they want to put up, you know? So that's why it's like Asuka's floating. That's why Charlotte came back. They don't really need to know what they want to do with her, you know? So it's just unfortunate, you know?
Mm-hmm.
All these women are talented. I just don't know.
The only positive I can take away from the first part of all this with the DQ is that they are at least conscious of keeping Shayna strong instead of just being willing to let Charlotte beat her. It's the only positive thing I will say about this whole sequence. This is ridiculous. You could have a really awesome wrestling match start off your 3 hour show that people tune into. 12 hours a month. 12 hours a month we spend watching this fucking show. Okay, give me Shayna Baszler versus Charlotte Flair in a wrestling match that has an ending. I don't ask for much. I just want endings. I want wrestling matches with endings. So it got canceled. We had some weirdness. We came back. Big tag match. Now, this tag match that ended in DQ.
Oh, I think we lost him. We can't hear you now.
That's my wife calling. Sorry, I had to say no. She'll
Oh,
probably call
Oh,
back in
ooh.
I hope she's
in
not
just a
watching.
second. I love you, babe. This is important.
It's not our fault. Okay, Barrett, it's
So
not our fault.
to count out though, like that was a human error. Okay, I accept that because I know that now later. But having watched this, it looked like they booked it that way. And then when they released the match, whatever I had in my hand, I just threw up in the air. I said, "You've got to be fucking kidding me!" Like, of course they do. You know. So mad.
Listen, all I have to say about this 6-woman tag match, all these women are talented. It's just that they just need
Totally.
to do something better. Yeah, they just need something to do better. Like, WWE, please give Mandy and Dana a win. You know, why put them together and they're losing? I don't know.
They need to get. They need something like they need at least need to dress alike, or something that solidifies them as a tag team to me instead of just
They
two people that
were
have now been put
they
together.
had some
Right.
moments where they were wearing like the same colors or the same outfits. I don't know.
Give them a name and make it better than Fire and Desire. Like get something. Like if you're gonna have them together, have a reason. Like don't just put people together. You had a tag team, Peyton Royce and Billy Kay. You had a great tag team, and you put them apart. Now they're in weird combinations of people. And now Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans aren't even tag teaming. Now she's in a 6-man tag, something doing something else, and she's like, "Fuck, you didn't have to do that in the first place. Give me the Iconics back. Give me a good wrestling program. Fuck."
This has been Daniel Unleashed.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
sorry. I've been look. I've
This is
driven into the weirdest parts of West Tennessee and North Mississippi today. I feel really good.
uh,
So Dallas says AEW women's division is better than Raw's women's division right now. Agree? Disagree?
It has the potential to be with talent and storylines, but it's still not better. Absolutely not.
they they have to be shown on AEW Dynamite. No dark, no like little like .com type of thing. No, on Dynamite.
Sure. And as much as I don't think of NXT as and I know it is a WWE product, but it is definitely its own thing. So you do also have to include them when they have the best women's division in all of wrestling, if you ask me.
Hmm.
Plus,
in the U.S.
if we're talking just Raw, you got um, Becky, you have Charlotte. Those are two of the top women in wrestling right now.
Unfortunately, Asuka should be up there, but they don't really treat her like that. And
Yeah,
she's
Asuka
the
should be up there as
freaking
well.
champ. And I'm sorry, this really
Yeah, we'll
annoys
get to
me.
that. We'll get to that. You know, I have some shit to say about that also.
No, 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 no. I didn't mind the main event. If we're talking about the main event, I didn't mind the main event. It's just that
No,
I don't like the fact that how they use Asuka throughout this whole year. That's what I'm saying.
I'm right there with you,
You
100%.
know, that's my gripe. But anyways, next match, Sarah.
Yeah,
Actually, the next
next match,
thing
Sarah.
the next thing that comes up actually was the Mustafa Ali promo, where he talks about Kofi, saying
Which
if it
was
wasn't
really
for
good.
his yes, if it wasn't for his injury, Kofi Mania never would have happened, and now we find out they maybe starting to have a little grudge about it. And I think when
Hmm.
Kofi comes back, this is just going to be a great rivalry.
I mean,
But the next match, right after that, we had Xavier Woods against Slapjack.
Shane Thorne. Shane Thorne. I will call him Shane Thorne. Anybody
slapjack.
disagree?
Say it out loud. No, 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 no. I'm not saying that you say but just like say it out loud, and it's a real thing that we have to talk about in front of people. Slapjack.
Listen, okay, look, listen, listen, listen. Okay, they accepted those names. Okay, they accepted those names. So I will go by their other names. Like Reckoning, I will call her Mia Yim. You know, T-Bar, that is Dijak. Okay, Mace, that's Dia. Okay,
Mhm.
I refuse to say those names.
I respect that. 100% respect that. At least we had
Anyways,
Also,
at least we
I want to
had
build off Orlando's comment here. I was listening. Mustafa Ali was on a podcast. I believe it was Corey Graves' podcast where he's talking about this. The reason they got the weird names is to bring up the point of, just because you don't like the names doesn't mean it's not their names, and just because it may be inconvenient for you to call them something different doesn't mean it's not who they are.
hmm,
uh,
indeed.
Hmm, get you
I mean,
thinking.
such a corporate, such a corporate answer from an amazing guy like Ali. I have to say.
I guess the good thing about it is like since it is so bad, and there are some people that don't watch NXT for whatever reason. And if you're not watching NXT and you're solely watching Raw and SmackDown, and that's all you watch in wrestling, there's so much out here for you. Get out there and go watch it. But like, it's I guess it's okay that they have bad names. If it's a bad gimmick, then they can go again. And then I guess the kids, maybe the kids just want to nuts. First of all, let's be real. But maybe you can fool a couple of them into being like, "This is Mia Yim," and they'll never put two and two together. They're older.
Mhm.
But other than that, like we all know who it is. This is ridiculous. At least it's getting a little bit better. I'm finding more and more people that like it online. Good for you. It's not as bad as it used to be. The names still suck. Whatever.
Mhm.
At least the
Yes.
average lifespan of a WWE faction is only like 8 months, so they'll be gone eventually.
So if they're starting to watch now, they have probably until October. About maybe, yeah. Like September, October, yeah.
Oh, so Mustafa Ali mentioned the King of the Ring to Xavier Woods when they had him
Mhm.
surrounded in the ring. So does that mean we're
Yes.
getting a King of the Ring tournament soon?
Well,
I
no, I
hope.
think it's more of like a dig to him, probably. But I'm hoping for it because, like, Xavier wants it. So.
I mean, it would give us a chance to do something different with King Corbin.
That's the pay per view I miss the most. Is King of the Ring. I miss that one so much.
Love it. It's one of my favorites.
So next up, we had the other double match segment: Morrison versus Sheamus, and then Sheamus against Miz and Morrison handicap match.
Don't forget, we had the Riddle in our truth was in the back segment also. That was fantastic.
That listen, our truth is just gold right there. It's just like just put him in front of a camera. He just makes a segment just so much interesting, you know. And like
100%.
the whole yeah, and then the whole thing with the when he comes out to do the Hurt Business like business talk, and then like of course the whole bling arch.
TBH, truth,
I can't.
happy birthday.
So funny.
I was like, oh my god. And you could see them. You could see all four of them. They were trying to maintain their laughter. Even what should I call it? Bobby Lashley almost was like about to die laughing. Oh my god, it's so funny. But yeah. So Sheamus versus John Morrison. That was a good match. They have good chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. Like Sheamus has been putting on some good work the last several weeks, several months. You know,
This
like
is
he's had some good bouts.
this is a great match. Right.
Hmm.
This is a really good match. Like I don't. Can we just let John Morrison wrestle somebody else every week? Like because he's a
Yes, as
really
a
wrestler
singles
in the wrestling
competitor,
show.
please.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God. I don't know why he's with the Miz, and then they had that 2-on-1 handicap match. It's like, what was the point, and why did he agree to that? He should have just walked away. He's still kind of like a heel. Sheamus is. I don't know.
I think in that in between, kind of a heel, kind of a face. Next up after those, we had the Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss, vignettes or promos.
Oh, I hear somebody's Alexa's running.
Yeah, that was mine.
Yes.
I forget about that.
I think you should just call her Bliss. Be like, okay, so we had a Bliss promo.
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah. I liked it. You know, she's still trying to keep like the whole like mystery of the Fiend alive. You know, so we shall see.
Do you guys like the whole, Bliss's playground kind of setup?
I know there's a lot of people that are starting to not like the whole supernatural elements now. I don't know. I don't mind it. You know.
No, they've always had some sort of supernatural character gimmick most of the time, anyways.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Maybe it's because like they don't like that they use it too much. Probably. I don't know.
I mean, when it comes to that stuff, you either love it or you hate it. There's not really like a middle ground. I personally love it. I think all the natural and comedy stuff. It's just I love that in wrestling, and I think it's
Hmm.
entertaining. But
Yeah.
you know, you either like it or you don't. That's
Yeah.
I respect your opinion on that. Who you are, just have a good reason for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So next up on Raw, we had the Gauntlet match: Riddle versus Shelton Benjamin, MVP,
Wait, I think you
and
skipped a match. Is it? Oh wait, no. AJ versus R-Truth is after this one. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
I want to say something very important about that playground
oh,
um,
good.
sketch. So we did see her talk about the Fiend and refer to him, but right after that, she looked to her left at the empty swing, and she spoke to whoever was there as if that was a different person and not the Fiend. Because at first we thought it was the Fiend, but when she said it out loud, she acknowledged the Fiend, and then she looked over and she said, oh no, not you, or something like that, which meant that there's another person in
Hmm.
that is in her head. I think it's Nikki Cross, and I think it's Nikki Cross as Sister Abigail. Personally, I don't know, maybe, or
Or
some kind of character like that. But it is there is a second character coming that's not like her talking to her alter ego. I don't know. It's maybe that's what it is too. Maybe it's her just talking to super evil Alexa. But I mean, isn't this Alexa evil? And then how many shades of bliss do we have? I have a lot of questions.
Every time you think you figure it out, there's a whole new element to it.
What?
mhm.
There's another person. There's another personality. That's all I wanted to say.
Mhm. As you said, there was another match there. It was AJ versus R-Truth. Was that it? say something about that?
Yeah, I don't know if it was before the gauntlet or after it. I keep forgetting. Like yeah, I don't know. But no, let's first talk about the gauntlet and then we'll talk about AJ versus R-Truth. Uh, so the gauntlet match, I like it because like the dynamic about like how the Hurt Business is kind of arguing,
Hmm.
you know. So it's very it's interesting, and then of course Cedric is having a big head, so
Yeah,
probably going to be costing them a lot of matches. So
I like this part of Cedric. The I'm better. I'm above the group or whatever. And then he caused Shelton Benjamin. I thought that Shelton and Matt Riddle had great chemistry.
yeah, no, like even the little details, like when MVP lost, and then Cedric just like, you did this. He like pointed
Yeah.
at Shelton. He's like, you did this. This is your fault. He's not playing himself. He's playing out the other person.
Hmm.
But yeah, but congrats to Riddle to getting another opportunity against Bobby Lashley. But do you think
You
this time
can't
he'll win the title or?
you can't lose twice. You can't do that. Like what are we doing if you do that? Like and Bobby Lashley, I kind of like him being really strong. I might even entertain the idea of him winning the Royal Rumble.
I think we see Lashley lose to Riddle, but then go after the heavyweight title maybe.
Hmm.
Maybe, maybe.
Or
Or
there's
I'm still
talks.
waiting for another rematch between him and Keith Lee.
There was talks about a Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley match because that's been something Bobby Lashley wanted when he came back. Was him and Lesnar.
That's the reason why he wants to come back, but he's never going to get that match.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe, maybe Brock probably is going to come back and he will face Bobby Lashley. I don't know. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'll watch that happily. So it was like he's Royce.
I mean, the man does sweat. Come on now. Listen. I bet he don't cross Big Swole. Okay, that's his wife right there. So he'll mess with Big Swole.
Mm-mm.
I mean, he's got Smalls respect. You know,
Of course.
I like Cedric Alexander.
Yeah. So going back to R-Truth versus AJ Styles. Uh, it was a cute little fun match. It's been a
Hmm.
while since they faced each other. I think they faced each other in TNA.
Totally.
Yeah,
I want to say they faced each other on SmackDown last year at some point.
probably. Yeah, yeah.
They were in
It was
quite a
like,
few of those like 5 weirdo matches in TNA
yeah,
also. Like a bunch of people.
yeah. But like, R-Truth is a good worker. Like, some people like kind of sleep on him, but he's not bad. It's just like he has like that that silly gimmick that he's like kind of like he's like stupid in a sense, you know.
He
Yeah.
But
tweaked
like
his
he's a good
knee.
worker.
He tweaked his knee in that match. It definitely was sell. Like they kind of tried to get off camera. So I hope he's okay. But it did look like he got hurt.
Mm.
Ugh, that sucks.
Uh, Also, when are we going to get a see almost fight? I can't. Craving for that match. When
What
are
if
we hear
I
that?
don't know.
almost wins the Rumble? Give it to me. Almost wins the Rumble.
Out, out. Okay, that's something new right there. No,
Or maybe they wait till
I'm
WrestleMania and
thinking
have him win the Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
maybe
Yes,
that
because he's a
because
giant.
I don't,
Hmm.
yeah, but also I don't know how much ring time he's had. Like how long has he been in the bit? Like he's what, like 2 years in at least?
Probably roughly that.
I mean,
So
obviously he can wrestle. He's a ninja.
those are two different people, okay?
All right. So
um,
the main event we had Alexa Bliss versus Asuka.
I just okay, so I like it, but then I also don't like it because it's like I like what they're doing with Alexa, but it's kind of burying your champion in a sense,
Totally.
and burying Oscar, you know. So this like Asuka is like one of the best. Like she should be feared. She should not be scared of like But again, like it's also supernatural type of element. Like she's creeped out of like how weird Alexa is. Like she transformed back into like her ring gear at one point in the match.
Mhm.
You know, and
I
then
don't
she
think it's
was
making
like,
us. I don't really think it's making Asuka look weak. I think they're just trying to build Bliss up a little bit. You can
It's
tell Asuka was
weird,
what she was scared, but it wasn't like intimidation.
right?
probably.
It, I don't. First of all, this match never ended, which pisses me off. But um, the cool
What are you
thing
talking about? She got RKO'd. Hello.
I didn't hear about. I did not
No,
hear. I'm still waiting. As far as I'm concerned, the match is still going on. I didn't hear about.
no, it had to reach the time limit by now.
Probably.
I
uh,
don't. I've never heard a more unenthusiastic ring announcement for a double champion in my life. Like it was. I mean, it was almost like just getting through it. Hey, Raw Women's Champion, also Women's Tag Champion. Oh, let's go! I'm like, are you kidding me? Like that is the amount of enthusiasm that you're giving to this. And if you are going to build up Alexa Bliss, why does it have to come at the expense of your double fucking champion, your Raw Women's Champion, your women's tag? Not you care about the women's tag belts anyway, as we've seen so far. I hope you do. I hope you hope that person in the future. You have so much talent, make it happen. But the coolest thing that happened in this whole match is that Asuka took the claw. We all know what happens to people after they take the claw, and we're gonna get Dark Asuka, and hopefully she murders everyone.
ooh, I want to see it because I saw pictures of her with like the whole clown makeup and everything. That should be fun.
It's awesome. She's so good at that character, and the way she acts in the
But
ring is
you,
completely different too.
but something that would be very interesting is just like if Alexa does that to a lot of the women and they change and she changes them, like how like the Fiend changes like everybody.
Hmm.
That would be an interesting little characteristic. Ooh, I like that theory. Thank you. I like that.
Now, if Asuka goes to the evil Asuka, does she bring back the poison mist?
Yes, yes.
But it's COVID.
Sure.
No, they did it. They did it with Sasha and they did it once. Like
Oh,
you
that's
could
right.
do it
They
like
did
Right.
do it. They
Yeah,
did do it
that's
over the
right.
summer.
yeah. So yeah, they could like that's why probably they were saving it like every now and then because I think because of the whole COVID situation. So probably they could save it for maybe WrestleMania. I don't know.
Oh, I'm done. I want more Charlotte versus Oscar because I really like that storyline too. Like, Charlotte was the
Ooh,
first person
what
to beat
what what
her.
happened? Let's think about it because they're gonna have their match as Royal Rumble. They're gonna lose the tag titles, and let's just say that Asuka costs Charlotte the match for them to lose the titles. Ooh, I
Yeah,
like
Mm.
that.
this is definitely what's going on. Trying to keep it to baby face because we're gonna
Okay.
get evil as
See,
fuck
so
Oscar.
now you're making me a little bit more excited now because now you're gonna have like I'm hoping for evil Asuka. Hopefully, you
Yeah.
know.
I think they're building for Lacey and Charlotte at WrestleMania with the whole Ric Flair
No,
angle.
no.
Let them build Charlotte and Asuka all summer. They can face off at SummerSlam.
All right. But then who would Asuka face at WrestleMania? That's the thing, and she's the champ. So
But what about
Charlotte and Alexa.
Fastlane?
I mean, Asuka and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania.
no, I don't know about that one. No, I don't know. Like it's just like it. Alexa's still kind of almost in her building, like rebuilding phase. So she's still there. Who said Eva
Yeah.
Marie?
Oh God.
No.
Of course, Dallas
What?
did.
Can we stop making Eva Marie happen? It's not gonna happen, y'all.
Fetch.
Mean
So
Girl,
fetch.
Mean Girl flashbacks.
Ooh, fetch facts. Good,
Okay.
good
Oh,
segment for a
oh,
show.
we didn't even talk about a great promo from Edge, which he just confirmed he's coming back to the Royal Rumble. How y'all feel about that?
I feel good. Today's actually the anniversary from last year's Royal Rumble, which he returned.
Royal Rumble's the perfect place for Edge. He doesn't it's easy to hide him in the ring without him having to take a bunch of bumps and stuff like that. Oops, I'm tilted. So yeah, I'm all about that. Just be safe, please. don't, don't hurt him.
Let's just not have Edge injure AJ Styles at this year's Rumble again.
No, that no, 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 no. Listen. AJ said that was more his fault because he wanted to really make it devastating, so he kind of
Yeah,
twerked himself too much. But I would like to see Edge versus AJ Styles. That would be a
yeah,
good WrestleMania match.
that would be.
You know. Hmm.
I'm
All
all
right.
about it.
So how did you guys rate last night's Raw? 1 to 10.
It's,
I would give it a. I would give it a 5.5.
I saw last night as two separate shows. The first hour gets a 2. It's just the dumbest shit in the world. The only good thing about it was McIntyre. But then we got some really good wrestling.
After that.
And some this action. We got some Sheamus versus John Morrison. It's night and day. Like I could talk about that and be like, you would have never known that I was so upset at the beginning of this podcast because it was, if that was a 2 hour show, the second and third hour, it would be fine. I would find my reasons to complain. But you put all the crap at the beginning. I'm just going to assume that the first hour is going to be crap. And because this is always what happens every week. Like something happens in the middle of it to give me hope in the years of fandom that I've had for this product to keep watching it. At the end of it, I'm like, okay, I'll watch it next week. That's fine. And then this is the cycle we go through. So I give the second half of the episode a 7.5, and I give the first hour a 2.
That averages out to a 5.5.
That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say about a 6 for myself here.
And Dallas with the shade, 0.5? Ew. Damn.
No, that point must be a mistake. So it's a 5 out of 10 from Dallas.
uh,
So I don't know. I don't think you guys watched it yet. Today they had their superstar spectacle showcasing the Indian talent.
yeah, I
I
didn't
watched it
see
this
it.
morning. It was pretty good. It's worth a watch.
Oh, it is it? How long is it? Is it an hour?
About 2.
Oh, okay. Well, but
They
you know
showcased.
something? It's interesting. It's interesting that now they're trying to build more like almost like territories in different areas. Like they
Mhm.
have like NXT UK, they are now having WWE India. Now they want to do something in Japan and also in Latin America. So
Well, I know
I
they
don't
wanted
know
to
if it,
do a. I believe they wanted to do an NXT in Japan. I think they're trying to do one in India as well. There's a lot of talent out there, and the Great Khali is actually working with a lot of people, and they had some of his talent there.
which that would be smart. And plus, because the first letter their initials is world, so
Hmm.
maybe they're trying to conquer the world and have different wrestling in different places. So
All right, so we'll move on to tonight's Impact. I didn't catch the whole thing. I know you did, Orlando.
I didn't
I
watch it at
caught
all.
I caught about just over an hour of it.
yes, so we started off with Rich Swan like saying he decided to give a gift to Tommy Dreamer because on February 13th is his 50th birthday, which I didn't expect that Tommy Dreamer was 50 years old.
Huh.
So but then, of
Mm.
course, the heels came out, Sammy Callahan, Swan, Chris Bay. They said, no, we deserve a title shot. And so they decided to beat up the baby faces. And then, oh, we just lost Sarah. uh, and then, of course, Willie Mack made his return. Thank you, Willie Mack, for coming back. But then, of course, oh, there's Sarah.
Yep, I'm here.
Yeah. And then, of course, Shamrock came and then beat up everybody. So, and then, they came back from commercial and they went back to the boss to see if they can make a tag match. And then they made, for the main event, a 4-on-4 tag match with a surprise person, which we'll get to in a bit. Yeah. It was good stuff, the segment to begin the show. So. Mhm. Did you
Yeah, I
catch
missed.
that, or you didn't? You didn't catch? Oh yeah, you didn't catch that one there, right?
I caught it. I started watching in the middle of the Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers match.
Yeah.
I
So I
wish
do
I could have
know.
watched it. I wish I.
Hmm.
I do know we had Ace Austin and Madman Fulton versus Josh Alexander and Matt Cardona.
Yes, which is not a bad match. It seems like Matt Cardona was like, like it seems like he has like something to prove. You know,
Hmm.
it's like I'm thinking like all those years that he's been like almost sidelined. I think what hurt him was because he never said anything. You know, which is unfortunate. I think he would have been an interesting heel. Like that, like angry heel was like, "You should have used me. I gave you all this." Like almost everything that WWE is doing right now. He was the one that first started it, and he was like almost a blueprint for it
Right.
in a sense. You know, but it was a good showing. Matt Cardona picked up the win. You know, because he knew the rules.
Has he signed with Impact, or is he doing one of those short-term deals, like 5 match appearance, like he did with AEW?
I'm thinking when it comes to Matt, I'm thinking he's just doing one-off appearances or just like agreement deals. I don't think he ever wants to sign a contract, not unless if he ever wants to, like if he wants to permanently stay at somewhere that he feels that he's very comfortable there.
Hmm.
You know?
Probably just wants to wrestle a bunch of different people before he settles
Yeah,
down somewhere.
exactly. Show like put
And
in his like foot in like different places. You know.
Hmm.
he's probably content just working on his podcasts and things like that. Something
Oh,
big
he's
lined up for him.
he's bringing back the Z True Hollywood Stories.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. So that's smart of him. So he can get like,
Very smart.
Hmm.
yeah. Hmm.
Now, was there another match between that and the Eddie Edwards Brian Myers match?
No,
Okay.
there was only a segment. I keep forgetting how to pronounce his name. Rahid. I think that's how you say it. It looks like he has like a manager or a new person that's going to be on his side to help him. So he'll probably debut next week because
Okay.
he was like saying like he's going to try to bring back the X Division title. He needs to get this win so he can get a title shot. He was like saying it to the person. So it looks like either a returning person or new person or maybe somebody from AEW may be on his side. I don't know. We
Yeah.
shall see.
So then next up, we do have the Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers match. I love Brian Myers' new look. I haven't really watched Impact too much lately, but he's got the all black look and looks pretty good.
Yeah. He's like trying to prove that he's like an actual wrestler. He's not like a gimmick,
Hmm.
you know? So that's why he's like all serious and that's why he's like been winning. Like he's having a winning streak. So, you know,
I know he's not used to that.
probably, because like he had the gimmick where he was losing a lot in WWE before he got fired.
Lost like 100 in a row when they were still doing house shows.
Exactly. So, I didn't see like why did Eddie snap? Like, did he hit his head in the turnbuckle with it?
Brian Myers did something where he I think maybe hit Eddie's head like on the bottom turnbuckle because they emphasized, oh, Brian Myers knows where to really hurt somebody in the ring because he's smart and veteran, and that's when Eddie put him in whatever hold it was and didn't let go at the 5 count, got disqualified, then pretty much bit Eddie or bit Brian
Yeah.
Myers right on the cut on
Hmm.
his head,
Yeah.
busted him
I think
open.
they should just leave these two to have a feud together. I think they will have they'll make some good,
Yeah.
matches,
When biting. If we're gonna have
The
it,
what?
it should. You may as well just biting someone's head. I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
It's just
Better than just
that,
getting a chair.
it's just interesting that Eddie Edwards become like such a hardcore bloodthirsty type of guy.
I love evil
Ne-
Brian Myers.
Next up, uh, possibly involving my new favorite woman, at least in Impact, Tennille Dashwood against Rosemary.
Janelle Dashwood, she's so good. Like I remember her from Emma in WWE,
Hmm.
you know, you know. It's just
I like it.
it's unfortunate that she never got like a really big break. I don't know.
Was there any what's her name? Tag, what's her name? Tag champions. Kira Hogan.
Oh,
Yep,
Was there?
we're
we'll get
getting
to
to that.
them.
Yeah, we're almost
Yeah.
there.
But
Uh-huh.
I like Tennille Dashwood. I think she does pretty good. She's got the right look for that gimmick, I think, as well.
Oh no, no, no! I'm loving this Tennille kind of gimmick where she's just like it's like she's shallow. I
Mhm.
like it. I don't think we've seen that type of like gimmick, like where she's very shallow and she likes taking pictures. You know.
If we're getting some cooperation between Impact and AEW, I want to see Tennille Dashwood against Penelope Ford.
I mean, she was in the Royal what's it called, the what was that called, the Battle Royal for AEW. So she was there. So
Yeah,
why not?
true.
She could show up in AEW. You know, that'd be smart.
Yeah. Next up, we had the Private Party
Well,
Matt Hardy segment. Oh, go ahead.
before we get to the Matt Hardy segment, after Rosemary won, then we go to the back, and then it's the triple XL tag team. They have a problem with Rosemary because what happened was last week is just that Taya Valkyrie was guilty of shooting Johnny Bravo, and so because Rosemary kind of like tricked one of the tag team to to like actually do it for Taya Valkyrie. I think that's what it was, and so they're having some beef right there. So I don't know if maybe Rosemary and Crazy Steve will probably add a third person to face XXL,
Hmm.
But I'm hoping they bring like a certain type of person that
Yeah.
will work with their gimmick because they're very much like a monstrous type of characters, because I enjoyed their work as Decay with Abyss. They had some really good work. When Rosemary first came in, she was a very creepy type of character. Very creepy. Yeah, hopefully they go back to that. So we'll see.
And the match they had was pretty good too. Dashwood and Rosemary.
Yeah, they did. Hmm. And so yeah, so then we had the Matt Hardy and Private Party segment, which that calculate. I'm still trying to keep up with the calculations, like all that, like 50% here, 20.
It started off
50%
starting.
there, 30% there.
Here. No, no. Now he's adding like Impact's salary fee, and then he's adding AEW. And
Yes.
Private like, yeah, 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 okay, okay, but we're gonna get some money, right?
On, on the grander scale, they'll make a lot more money.
Of course, yeah, pretty much.
Over time.
Yeah. Oh, but we got a little nitbit that will help for AEW. So I heard them saying that they're going to be in the tag team tournament for AEW. So it looks like Matt is trying to have Private Party get double champions, where they'll have the Impact titles and then the tag titles from AEW.
Mhm. So was the match next, or was the Hogan segment next? The knockout tag team segment.
No, 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 no. Yeah, it was the Knockouts tag titles segment is next. They didn't have a match. They So what they were just doing is trying to recruit more people for their party, which they did, and then they had the segment. So, which is that segment. Oh my god,
So
you and
basically,
me were laughing, Sarah.
they were doing this. Was it fire? Was it fire and flavor or something like that?
Yeah, no, it was like Fiverr and Flavor Festival, but it's kind of a ripoff to Firefest. Do you remember that, Daniel?
Oh yeah, I remember Firefight.
Do you
It was,
remember like the part with the food?
Oh yeah,
They
okay.
even did, they did that part too.
Yes. Oh, I'm so upset that I didn't.
so
I'm gonna go watch it.
they had the takeout containers. Like, oh, here's your catering, and like a couple people in the ring. I was like a cheese sandwich. Like the cheese wasn't even unwrapped, so they're complaining about that.
It's so horrible. And then of course they're blaming it on everybody's like, y'all are no good. We gave you a party, and this is how you're gonna treat us.
Then they
Uh,
got then they got beat down by Havoc and I can't think of the other girl's name.
Nevea,
Yeah.
Havoc and Nevea.
They
Hmm.
specifically said no refunds.
Yeah. So it looks like their program with Havoc and Navarre are not done. So we'll see if they're going to retain or they're going to give them to Havoc and Navarre or go back and forth. So we shall see.
And then the next match was Joe Doring against Cousin Jake.
I don't even know where he gets his fur. His fur jacket. I don't know, but it's just like it
It's
was
probably
very
the
interesting,
same place that Ace Austin gets his sunglasses.
right? Like those classes are interesting. I like those. But I'm liking this group. I don't know who. What is it? Cousin. Is it Cousin Jack? His name is. I think that's
Jake.
his name. Cousin
Cousin
Jake or
Jake.
something like that.
Yep.
If he's gonna team with somebody else that's gonna help him out. I don't know if he's gonna bring somebody to help him out. Or,
Yeah, I'll see where that goes.
mhm, yeah.
Then we
Uh,
had our main event.
but
Uh,
before we continue, there was a segment with the Knockouts champ. She was saying like how they got rid of Kyle Valkyrie and there's nobody ready to face her and stuff. And then of course Jazz and
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace, yeah, that's her name, got into their faces saying, "No, we're not done with you guys." Da, da, da. So we're getting next week Susan versus uh, Jordan Grace. So I'm hoping for Jazz to face the champ, you know, before she
Yeah,
retires.
that'd be
You know,
nice.
hmm hopefully.
So our main event, Tommy Dreamer, Rich Swan, Mac, and Trey Miguel taking on
Yes.
Moose, Shamrock, Sammy Callahan. I can't think of the other guy's name.
Shamrock, Callahan, Chris Bay,
Chris
and
Bay.
Moose. Yeah, and of course the returning Trey Miguel from the Rascals. So he signed back with Impact. It looks like, or maybe it's a one-off. I don't know. So, so unfortunately, he won't be joining his fellow Rascals in NXT. So he's staying in
Nope.
Impact for the foreseeable future. We'll see.
And I did miss this ending. So if you want to talk about the ending of that one, Orlando.
So of course, Trey got the hot tag and he was like flying all over the place, and then like he looked good, actually. He looked good. And then of course he kind of rolled up Sammy Callahan for the win. Like he caught him off guard and then he was able to pick up a win. So
That's the good old fashioned WWE ending.
yeah. And then of course, Callahan and Shamrock decided to beat up some referees because they didn't like it, and then that's how they went off the air.
Hmm, perfect sense.
Hmm.
All right, so how would you rate this episode, Orlando?
I would give it a 7. It was a good show. I liked it.
Yeah, I go about 6.5, 7 from what I saw.
Hmm. Hopefully, Dan, you'll be able to see it. Okay, I think you'll enjoy it.
I'm like feeling really left out now. It's okay.
Oh,
It's my own fault. It's my
it's
own
okay.
fault.
Hey, hey,
That's
hey,
what I
hey,
get
hey,
for
hey, hey,
working.
hey. Yeah, exactly. You had to work, sir. Okay, there's nothing wrong with
I
that.
I had work today, so that's good stuff. They're also sending me a ton of text messages. I should probably go read those.
Oh, you should. Yeah.
All right, so we'll end it here for tonight. If you guys didn't catch last week's debut episode of The Lockup, I will post that on Twitter. It was with wrestler Taryn. New episode will debut tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. It'll be with Johnny Faith. Uh,
Ooh.
we are recording a few more. I got a couple more interviews lined up.
Huge.
You can also check us out on Twitter at BuckleBomb ENT. You can check out all our podcasts. Everything ends up under podcasts on Apple, Spotify, many other places. Search for BuckleBomb
YouTube.
Entertainment.
Go to YouTube. Give us a like. Subscribe.
Yes,
Comment.
subscribe to us on YouTube. All our videos are posted there. Orlando, where can they find you?
You can find me at Twitter at Orly1985. That's ORLLIE 1985. Go ahead and give me a follow.
And you can
DMC
find us on
Grill.
Instagram as well.
What is this one? DMC Grizzle. Come see your boy.
Have a good night, everyone.